After watching hours upon hours of Spanish cinema, I've curated a list of the most captivating movies that will transport you straight into the world of Spanish-speaking romance. They are packed with heartfelt storytelling, rich cultural depth, and the perfect mix of regional slang and everyday vocab, making them absolutely perfect for both movie lovers and Spanish learners. Let's dive right in with the first one. Eres tú, Love at First Kiss. Eres tú is a delightful Spanish romantic comedy that follows Javier, a man who discovers an extraordinary ability. He can see the future of any of his romantic relationships. But the twist, he can only do it with a kiss. This, of course, means that he knows if a woman is going to be the love of his life on their first kiss, which doesn't make him very popular with a woman who he doesn't see a future with. To make a messy situation even worse, Javier is convinced his best friend's girlfriend is the one for him, and he insists on winning her heart, possibly ending his relationship with his best friend. And to top it all off, Javier does all of this after meeting Ariana, who is absolutely perfect for him, except for the fact that she doesn't believe in fate or want true love, going against Javier's existence and refusing to kiss him to prove him right. I really enjoyed this film and personally think that the mix of conversational and emotionally driven language is a great practice opportunity, regardless of your Spanish level, since the accents are easy to follow and subtitles are available. Busco novio para mi mujer, a boyfriend for my wife. Busco novio para mi mujer is a hilarious Argentinian comedy that follows Diego, a husband who is too scared of his wife to ask for a divorce. So instead, he hires a professional seducer to woo his wife, Andrea, to get her to leave him. I mean, what could go wrong, right? Well, what starts as a clever plot to escape an unsatisfactory marriage soon turns into a series of comedic and unpredictable situations, like maybe Diego suddenly falling back in love with his wife when he sees her in another man's arms. I am a huge fan of the Argentinian accent, and this movie features plenty of cultural slang that immerses you in a conversational Argentinian Spanish. Ocho Apellidos Vascos, Spanish Affair. Ocho Apellidos Vascos is a charming Spanish romantic comedy that follows Rafa, a charismatic man from Seville, as he embarks on a hilarious quest to win the heart of Amaya, a strong-willed woman from the Basque country. If you know anything about Spain and its different regions, it is that the north and the south are very different, which means that people from those respective regions don't always get along. So, when Rafa finds Amaya for the first time after the one-night stand, she agrees to let him try to win her over, only in exchange of helping her save face by posing as her husband in front of her family. So, naturally, Rafa pretends to be boss, sparking a series of comedic situations that highlight Spain's rich tapestry of regional cultures and, more specifically, its stereotypes. Ocho Apellidos Vascos is an excellent way to familiarize yourself with regional accents, slang, and the many cultural nuances found in Spain. Even the title and basic concept of the film are a cultural nugget that the movie does a great job explaining. However, keep in mind that while based on reality, the regional stereotypes are dialed up to 11. A través de mi ventana, through my window. A través de mi ventana is a passionate Spanish romance that chronicles the story of Raquel, a headstrong and determined young woman, as she sets her sights on winning over her enigmatic and crazy rich neighbor, Eres. As it often does, what begins as a light-hearted infatuation quickly spirals into a fiery and unpredictable relationship, brimming with intensity and drama. If, like me, you enjoy angsty romance movies for how messy they are, you'll love this one because it has it all. The rich bad boy, the good girl gone bad, it even has a love triangle and many angsty scenes between our two protagonists. Which is actually a great thing if you want to use this film as Spanish practice, because the fast-paced dialogue and emotionally charged scenes provide an engaging way to practice comprehension and pick up expressions. Perdiendo el Juicio, Losing the Case. Perdiendo el Juicio is a hilarious courtroom comedy that delivers sharp wit, eccentric characters, and plenty of laugh-out-loud moments. The story evolves around two divorce lawyers, Maria and Mateo, as they face each other to represent a truly chaotic couple. As the trial unfolds, so does a possible romance between our two divorce lawyers, making the courtroom a little bit messy, to say the least. Perdiendo el Juicio is a hilarious story of love and hate that features tons of sharp legal satire and laughable misunderstandings. It also happens to be an excellent chance for Spanish learners to practice listening to colloquial phrases, Dominican Republic regional accents, and even legal jargon, all delivered with comedic timing. Y tu mamá también, and your mother too. Y tu mamá también is a captivating Mexican road movie that toes the line between coming-of-age romance and social commentary. This movie follows the story of Julio and Tenoch as they set out on an adventurous journey with Luisa, a married woman who is 10 years older than them. This cult classic by well-known director Alfonso Cuarón is a profound exploration of friendship, class disparity, love, and self-discovery. The film weaves emotionally raw storytelling with authentic Mexican slang, cultural nuances, and culturally rich expressions. As a bit of a disclaimer, this movie does deal with much more mature and adult themes than the other movies on this list, so keep that in mind if you decide to go with this one. I personally think it's beautifully directed and the story is very compelling. One of my favorite aspects is that while the movie takes place in Mexico and the boys are both Mexican, Luisa is Spanish, so you get a great comparison of the different expressions and slang words used in each country. Culpa Mía, My Fault. Culpa Mía is a gripping Spanish romance drama that explores the tumultuous journey of Noah, a fiercely independent young woman, as she adjusts to life in a blended family after her mother's remarriage. Her world is completely turned upside down when she develops a passionate yet forbidden relationship with her new rebellious stepbrother, Nick. That's right! This is a take on the classic tale of two single parents getting married and their kids falling in love with each other. And while that synopsis isn't my favorite unless we're talking about the cinematic masterpiece Clueless, Culpa Mía manages to pull it off surprisingly well. From heated arguments to heartfelt confessions, the story captures the complexities of love, family, and self-discovery. For Spanish learners, Culpa Mía offers an excellent opportunity to immerse yourself in the youthful slang and fast-paced dialogue of the Spanish youth scene. Tres metros sobre el cielo, 3 steps above heaven. Tres metros sobre el cielo is a Spanish romantic drama based on a bestseller book by the same title. The movie follows the love story between H, a rebellious, impulsive, and extremely handsome young man, and Bobby, a privileged girl from an entirely different social world. And while H is decidedly rude and off-putting at first, going so far as to calling Bobby his stalker, despite him being the one stealing her Wi-Fi password, they inevitably fall for each other. Which is not to say that things get easy. In fact, their worlds are so different they never seem to catch a break. Which, in my opinion, is what makes the movie so fun. The will they, won't they, that comes with all classic opposite attract trope. Tres metros sobre el cielo is the perfect film to watch if you're interested in the modern slang spoken in Spain, because this film is absolutely packed to the brim with fun expressions. You might watch the movie and wonder what paga or trancazo mean, and that's why I recommend watching it with FluentU, where you can use interactive subtitles to check meanings on the go. FluentU has a Chrome extension that lets you learn with any Netflix and YouTube content that has subtitles, so you can see meanings, examples written by language experts, and video examples of native speakers using the vocab across different contexts. And you're able to add the words to your vocab to practice them in a personalized quiz later. You can also import your favorite YouTube videos into your FluentU account, making it easier to watch them and learn on your phone later. Plus, inside FluentU's app, you can find a curated library of authentic videos, like music videos for example, but also movie scenes, clips from TV shows, and it turns them into personalized language learning lessons. By the way, what movie would you like to learn Spanish with? Comment below to get a chance of winning 1 year of FluentU for free. You can also click on the link in the description to check it out with a free trial. Back to our list. La Novia, the bride. La Novia is quite different from the other movies we've discussed so far. Unlike Tres metros sobre el cielo, this is not a coming-of-age romance. These two movies do have one thing in common though, they're book adaptations. La Novia is a visually stunning adaptation of Federico García Lorca's classic play, Bodas de Sangre. Set against the backdrop of rural Spain, the story follows a young woman torn between her arranged fiancé and Leandro, her cousin's husband, with whom she shares a deep, romantic, and not to mention forbidden romance. As secrets and desires come to light, the tension escalates toward a tragic yet inevitable climax. And while it's devastating to watch for those of us that read the novel, it's also impossible to look away. The film's exploration of traditional rural settings and its literary roots, which go as far as 1931, provide an excellent opportunity to engage with more formal and literary Spanish. Enfermo, amor, lovesick. Enfermo, amor is a compelling Mexican romantic drama that tells the story of 9 couples' romantic disagreements. These 9 couples deal with issues such as infidelity, lack of commitment, mistrust, breakups, and boredom, among other illnesses. And while it might seem that the stories are completely separate from one another, they all have the complexity of human relationships as their driving force. In my opinion, Enfermo Amor provides an excellent opportunity to hear a range of conversational Spanish, from the emotional intensity of love and heartbreak to the more casual, everyday exchanges between characters. Plus, the film's episodic nature makes it easier to focus on different conversational styles and vocabulary used in various different contexts. Candelaria. Candelaria is a tender and poignant Cuban drama that tells the story of a couple in their 60s, Candelaria and her husband. The story follows their relationship as one day Candelaria accidentally finds a video camera, which gives them the new opportunity to escape from the monotony and even to awaken their sex life. Set in Cuba, the film delicately explores themes of love, aging, and the quest for happiness and escaping from the routine in later life. Candelaria offers a unique opportunity to hear beautiful Cuban Spanish, with its regional accents, idiomatic expressions, and everyday conversations. All in all, Candelaria is quite different from the other movies on this list, as it features the oldest couple by far, but it offers a touching cinematic experience that thrusts your head first into Cuban culture. Fin de siglo, end of the century. Fin de siglo is a captivating Argentinian romantic drama that follows Ocho and Javi, 2 men who meet by chance in Barcelona and gradually discover a shared history that spans decades. Once again, be warned, this movie is on the explicit side and it does not pull its punches. So if that's not your cup of tea, maybe stick to the other movies on this list. Fin de siglo follows 2 protagonists, Ocho, a single man who is from Argentina, and Javi, who is married in Spanish. The story starts as they meet by chance in Barcelona, spend the day together, have sex, and awkwardly realize later that it is not the first time that they have actually met. As they reminisce and get to know each other, they discover that they first met 20 years ago, when a chance encounter changed the course of their lives forever. Through fragmented storytelling and flashbacks, the film weaves together moments from their past and present, exploring themes of love, memory, the passage of time, and self-discovery. In my opinion, this film offers a unique opportunity to hear contemporary, everyday dialogue, particularly with the Argentinian and Spanish accents. Las Cosas Pequeñas, the little things. Las Cosas Pequeñas is a heartwarming drama that takes a close look at seemingly insignificant moments that define love and human connection. The film follows Rachel, a career-oriented woman who has lived in Madrid since she was little, as she decides to finally return to her home country, the Dominican Republic. She does not intend to stay there for good, however. She's only there to see her parents' house, only to find it in ruins. Rachel then decides to remodel it to sell it, and in the process, she meets Mateo again, a childhood friend who might end up shattering her prejudices about love and life, and also her plans to leave the Dominican Republic behind for good. Las Cosas Pequeñas has a dialogue that varies from the casual, colloquial exchanges to more reflective and poetic musings. And my favorite part is showcases and beautifully contrasts 2 very different cultures, accents, and manners of speech, which allows you to get a grasp on how big the Spanish-speaking world actually is. Como agua para chocolate, like water for chocolate. Como agua para chocolate is an iconic Mexican film based on Laura Esquivel's beloved best-selling novel. It expertly blends romance, family drama, and magical realism with a story set during the Mexican Revolution. This story follows Tita, the youngest daughter in her family, which means that traditionally she's supposed to stay single in order to take care of her mother until she passes. But of course, Tita is in love with Pedro, and not even tradition and her stubborn mother can keep them apart. So the film follows their forbidden love through struggles and complex Mexican gastronomy metaphors. All in all, Como Agua para Chocolate offers a fantastic opportunity to engage with rich, descriptive language, especially when it comes to cultural and familial traditions. And, of course, food! Nuestros amantes, our lovers. Nuestros Amantes is a charming Spanish romantic comedy that follows Carlos and Irene, two strangers who meet in a bookshop and strike up an intriguing conversation about their past loves and current cynicism towards romance. Both have been understandably jaded by their previous experiences, yet as their witty banter and connection deepen, they begin to reconsider their own views on love and relationships. Nuestros Amantes offers a delightful opportunity to hear contemporary Spanish with its quick-paced dialogue and relatable themes. So, whether you're in the mood for a light-hearted romantic comedy or looking for engaging dialogue for listening practice, this is a must-watch. Loco por ella, crazy about her. Loco por ella is a delightful Spanish romantic comedy that tells the story of Adri, a carefree journalist who falls head over heels for Carla after a whirlwind one-night stand. The problem is, though, that when he finally tracks her down and discovers where she lives, it just happens to be at a mental health facility. And instead of deciding to let her go and accepting that he knows nothing about her, Adri decides to fake being a patient in order to spend time with her. Needless to say, the flavor of this movie is a very particular brand of Spanish humor. All in all, it's a fun, messy, emotional ride about love, mental health, and personal growth that offers a great opportunity to pick up health-relevant vocabulary. And if you're still craving more Spanish romance content after these 16 movie recommendations, go enjoy this other video where we share the best telenovelas to learn Spanish with.